start making memories 2013. Happy New Year, everyone, from Tampa, Florida. It's the 2013 Outback Bowl. We got a good one, folks. Number 10, South Carolina. An amazing blue of Michigan on a beautiful 75-degree sunshiny day here in West Florida. Happy New Year, everybody. Mike Tirico, my partner John Gruden. Shannon Spake is with us. She's on the sideline. John, the career of Denard Robinson, one of the best individual careers in the long history of Michigan football, comes to an end. A bit of a different role at the end, but this is his final game today.
Well, Michigan's going to play two different quarterbacks today, but when Denard Robinson plays, you're going to see one of the most magnificent spread option quarterbacks the NC2A has ever seen. When he's in the game, Mike, Robinson's going to carry the football, and he's a threat to go to the house every time he does. Great leg strength and great finishing speed. But now in the last few weeks, I've seen him play running back. They're going to come out in a full house backfield. They'll hand it to Robertson on one of the Robinson on a speed sweep. He'll pitch the ball. You don't know what's going to happen. They're doing a lot of different things. And Devin Gardner, when I first saw him early in the year, he's playing wide receiver, catching touchdown passes against the Crimson Tide. He caught 4 touchdown passes. But now Gardner's the quarterback. And when he comes in the game, they run more of a traditional pro-style system, and he has guys that he can throw the ball to, like Roy Roundtree. I'm telling you this, though, Mike, I wouldn't want to be either one of these quarterbacks today because South Carolina has a guy running around. This scares me.
Yeah, leading this 10-2 Gamecock team that only lost to LSU in Florida. Perhaps the best individual player in all of college football, the sophomore defensive end, Jadeveon Clowney.
Been fun to watch Clowney all week. I think he's going to be the #1 pick in the NFL draft whenever he chooses to come out. Tremendous edge rusher. He can get off the ball, and there's not many people in college football that can handle him one-on-one. He sets it up with this great inside move, much like John Abraham, the ex-South Carolina Gamecock, now playing for the Falcons. He can go inside or out. He plays on both sides. And if you want to run one of these option plays, he'll tackle your quarterback, then he'll go get your back, and he'll come over to your house for New Year's Day dinner. Clowney is a beast, and he's on a mission today going up against a very good left tackle, Taylor Lewan of the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, here we are talking defense, and it's a Steve Spurrier team. But what else is new? We got a Steve Spurrier team. We had a question about the quarterback. For more on that and who's going to play today, here's Shannon Spade.
Well, Mike, what we do know about the South Carolina quarterback situation is that Connor Shaw, who started the majority of the regular season games, he will start here today. We also know that Dylan Thompson, who started 2 regular season games, including, of course, that season-ending victory against Clemson, he will play. What we don't know is when Thompson will come in and how much time he'll see on the field. I caught up with Spurrier during warm-ups. He told me it could happen during the first, at the end of the first, or at the beginning of the second quarter, but he's keeping his secrets to himself still.
As always, he returns to Tampa. Remember Shannon, he was the coach of the Tampa Bay Bandits back in his USFL days. Chance for Steve Spurrier to get 11 wins at South Carolina back-to-back. That's never happened in the history of the school. He's set now the most victories in school history. On the opposite side, Brady Hoke in his second year. He replaced Rich Rodriguez, and Hoke, who was a part of the coaching staff when Lloyd Carr was the coach at Michigan, has really taken this Wolverine program, rebuilding it back in a direction Michigan fans are used to. 19-6 over his 2 years. Toss won by Michigan. Yes, the uniforms are a little different. The numbers are hard to find, but be patient. We'll work on it. South Carolina will receive the toss as Michigan deferred to the second half. Bruce Ellington is back deep to receive. Michigan and South Carolina, the Outback Bowl, and off we go. 2013 underway here in Tampa. Ellington from 2 deep will take it out. Across the 15, nice job for Ellington to get to the side. Across the 30, and escorting to the sideline at the 35. Matt Wild, the kickoff man, was there to send him that way. So the junior, outside of Georgia, Flowery Branch is where Connor Shaw is from. Son of a coach, is a player who was hurt this year a couple of different times. One a shoulder and one a foot injury that kept him out of the Clemson game. John, what's the thumbnail on the junior?
Well, Shaw is a heady player. He doesn't turn the football over. He's not a home run threat to run it, Mike, but he has the niftiness to continue to keep the chains moving. Watch out for some naked bootlegs. Spurrier loves to come out throwing early.
Miles is the back as South Carolina starts to drive the 33, and here is the senior Miles, twisted and turned, only a yard. Quentin Washington, defensive front from Michigan, makes the first play. Which, John, look at the impact players for South Carolina today.
Well, wide receiver Bruce Ellington, their leading receiver, also an outstanding kick returner. You saw that already. And Jadeveon Clowney, I think the best player on defense in college football. 21 career sacks. Swearinger, second leading tackler. He's going to be an impact performer for the Gamecocks today on defense as well.
Two strong defenses meeting up today. Top 20 in the nation. Second down, it's Shaw's first pass. His throw is complete to Ace Sanders. Past the 40 and right near that first down mark. At the 43-yard line, Desmond Morgan, the Michigan linebacker, on the stop.
There's that guy, Ace Sanders, from right here in Manatee, Florida. Just comes down from your right side. He's going to sit down between zone defenders and face Connor Shaw. Good, accurate throw. Nice north and south finish. Not a lot of wasted motion from Ace Sanders after the catch. A prototype slot receiver. You'll see him later in this game return punts. Playmaker for the Gamecocks.
I want to let everybody know on the South Carolina side, number change. Demir Bird, who's been 3 all-year Gamecock fans, he's wearing 10 in the bowl game. Shaw climbing the pocket, taking a shot, downfield, breaking free. It's that man. It's Bird. It's touchdown, South Carolina, 56 yards.
Great call by you, Mike Tirico. You got a young, inexperienced Michigan Wolverines secondary. And when you play Steve Spurrier, he's going to take his shots on early downs in good field position. Just going to be a play-action pass, and you're going to see a full post at the top of your screen to Demir Bird, a man who can fly. He runs the corner down and just runs right by him, and the ball's thrown on the money by Connor Shaw. That's why Connor Shaw is the starting quarterback of the Gamecocks. He's a dual threat. He can run it, and he can throw it.
Michigan, many problems with their corners. Couple down from the start of the season. 3 plays, 67 yards. Bird the touchdown. Extra point added by the senior Adam Yates. Touchdown number 3 on the season for the former track star at South Carolina. Demir Bird with a 6 on the start. Connor Shaw and the Gamecocks up first on New Year's Day. And wherever you are, glad you're with us on this New Year's Day at Raymond James Stadium. 15 years old, this building, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Home of the Gamecocks right now, 7-0. South Carolina with that quick strike, a minute 34 into this game. Adam Yates will kick it. Dennis Norfleet and Drew Dillio back to receive from Michigan. Brief hint of wind, but a sunny 75-degree day, so weather's not going to be too much of a factor. Norfleet will take a knee, and Michigan will take over at its own 20-yard line. Pushing and shoving as the players come down the field. Special teams guys all fired up, and the Big East officiating crew in there to separate them. And the drive starts at 25 as Devin Gardner and Denard Robinson will be the focal points of the Michigan offense here. All right, let's get these guys back to their sideline. There we go. We'll see Gardner mostly at quarterback. As a matter of fact, to start the game, it'll be just Gardner coming out without Robinson. Robinson will be in a variety of roles during the day. So the junior played at Inkster High School from Detroit. Wolverines quarterback for this bowl game, the last 3 games. And likely next year as well. First pass, first catch. Dillio across the 35 to the 36-yard line. John, this is where Al Ford just wants the offense to go. More of a pro style, and Gardner going no huddle here early.
He can do a lot of things. He's caught 4 touchdown passes. He's thrown 8, and he's run for 7. He's got a good head on his shoulders, too. They like him a lot.
Robinson touches for the first time, and there goes Denard Robinson. He touches the ball, and you can hear the Michigan fans that are here. The crescendo of anticipatory cheers rise, and Robinson brings them to their feet, gain of 15.
Right guard, Omamai pulls. He leads it up in the hole. It's an old-fashioned Michigan power play, and Denard Robinson says, what are you waiting for? Put me in the game. Let me impact our offense. Flashy playmaker, almost 1,200 yards rushing. He can do it from tailback or quarterback.
He remains in the game as the tailback behind Gardner. And Devin will have to make something happen. Lobbing it up in traffic. Is that pulled down? Gallen went up and he pulled it away. What a catch by the junior 5'8" Jeremy Gallen up the ladder.
And Auguste that left the corner, number 3, can't believe it. Jeremy Gallen is not the biggest receiver in college football, but man, he made a big play right there. Going up, elevating, showed great hang time. Apopka, Florida. I know a couple guys from down the road in Apopka. Big play by Jeremy Gallen.
A poor decision in that throw. It was just up for grabs. Denard Robinson back in the game, got it in his hands again. He'll gain a couple of yards. Let's just go back over the Denard Robinson story. As you know, he was the starting quarterback for Michigan. Came in the Rich Rodriguez era. The way they were going offensively, ended up winning the job that freshman year over Tate Forcier. And then Robinson just took off. Amazing numbers, especially in the first half of the seasons. Was the starting quarterback this year, got hurt against Nebraska, a nerve injury, he couldn't throw the ball. So he came in the last 2 games, Iowa and Ohio State, and he did not throw it at all. Instead, he was a runner, so taking some direct snaps. Can throw the ball in this game. Justice Hayes is the running back here on 2nd and 13. Gardner got away from one man, throws it back, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it back across the field to Roundtree, and Auguste was there on coverage.
South Carolina has about 3 or 4 men in their front. Number 98, Devin Taylor, 6'8", beats a block. There's Kelsey Quarles, number 99. You walk through the hotel at Gamecock land, and it looks like the Miami Heat are staying there. They're all 6'5" or better. Clowney, Devin Taylor, Kelsey Quarles. Great looking group of Gamecocks in this front 4.
Third and 13 for Gardner. Put it up towards the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. It was Auguste again in coverage as he tried to get it out to Joe Reynolds.
Pass protection. Watch the bull rush by Clowney. He's going to go after Luan. 4-point stance. He's going to tee off on the left tackle. Good anchor strength and good fight to finish by Taylor Luan. That's twice I've ISO'd these two, Mike. Taylor Luan standing his own so far against the great Clowney.
Field goal time for Michigan. John, 39-yard attempt. Brandon Gibbons, place kicker from West Palm Beach down here in Florida. Able to knock it through. So Michigan gets some points out of its second drive. Brady Hoke's team on the board halfway through the first quarter of the 2013 Outback Bowl. Bowl game on our schedule again. 3rd year we've had the pleasure doing the Outback Bowl. Boy, year after year, the teams who come here really enjoy their experience. Georgia, Michigan State last year. Same true with the Wolverines in South Carolina. Great week. Jim McVay, the president, CEO of this bowl, as good a job as anyone in that job in the country. Halfway through the quarter, 7-3, Gamecocks on top. And a couple of yards out. Auguste, good move to 30. Brought that to the 33-yard line. Michigan defense that was 11th in yards given up in the country, 26th in points per game. First down throw by Shawnee Sanders, complete to the near side to the 38-yard line. He's pulled down by Courtney Avery, the corner. John, this was a defense that struggled, and when Rich Rodriguez was the Michigan head coach, Greg Robinson was the defensive coordinator then. In the 2 years here, Madison's flipped the numbers significantly.
And a lot of that has to do with the effort that these young Wolverines play with. There's one thing you have to do if you play for Greg Madison. Find the guy with the ball and get there. It all starts there, but they also are eager to be trained, and they're recruiting some good defenders here as well.
The future of this defense in terms of personnel is what's bright, as Kenny Miles trying to lead the way, get back to the line of scrimmage, but another terrific play off the defensive front. Brennan Breyer on the tackle along with Andre Pipkins, big nose man, who's one of those young freshmen.
Well, they rotate so many players here. Pipkins is a freshman they're very excited about, 340-pound defensive tackle. They're going to play 7 or 8 different defensive linemen. They rotate their inside linebackers. They're going to get a good look at some young defenders in this year's Outback Bowl.
They need to get to the 44 to keep the drive alive. Michigan rotates its secondary as Shaw swings it out towards Miles, trying to get to the chain, not going to get there. Kenny Miles going to be short of the first down. Thomas Gordon over from his free safety spot out of Cass Tech in Detroit.
You know, when you talk about the effort that the Wolverines play with, look at number 47, 30, Gordon. That's excellent defense by this Michigan Wolverine outfit. And Jake Ryan, he's the ringleader. Outstanding football player. Has a couple years left in Ann Arbor. St. Ignatius High School in Ohio. I know exactly what kind of stock he comes from. Football is important to him.
Yeah, great players over the year there. Tyler Hull with the punt. Dilio will catch it at the 8. Dilio made a man miss. He got back to the 19-yard line. First down, it's a give. Robinson slips and falls as Denard is stopped for no gain.
Well, they're going to read the defensive end. It's that old power read you see all over college football. They're not even going to block the right defensive end. They're going to read him. And if he closes, they're going to hand the football off on the jet sweep. It's well read. But South Carolina looks like they've taken advantage of their bowl preparation. They know that's the #1 shotgun run in the Michigan offense.
Robinson out. Vincent Smith in for the Wolverines. It's a pass for Gardner. Stepping up. In trouble. Going down. Sacked back at the 5. He walked into one from Aldrich Fordham, who made the sack.
Well, it all starts with Devontae Holloman, the senior, 3-year starter. He beats the tight end bad in pass protection. Lorenzo Ward, the defensive coordinator of the Gamecocks, is coming after these young Wolverine quarterbacks with field blitzes, and Michigan can't handle them. Good cleanup by Fordham. Be very careful in long yardage situations against the Gamecocks. They live for these pass rush opportunities.
And then just hand it off inside, limit the damage. But a flag comes in as Vincent Smith was brought down. Devin Taylor.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense number 52. Does decline. 4th down.
That's Ricky Barnum. It's 2 offensive face masks in this first quarter.
Well, left guard Ricky Barnum. No question, he's up in the cage of Fordham. Good call by the official. And with Ace Sanders back here deep to receive this punt. Mike, I've seen him do it to Missouri and Georgia. Special punt returner.
And John, Will Hagerup, the regular Michigan punter, the best in the Big Ten this year, suspended for this Outback Bowl. Sophomore Matt Weil has punted, but obviously he's not as good. Hang time a key, and this is a nice one. 53 yards, sending Sanders back to the 38. Sanders in space. There goes Ace Sanders. Got the punter to beat. Going toward the pylon. Will he get there? Yes! Ace is dealing on New Year's Day. Touchdown, South Carolina.
I hate to say I told you so, Mike, but when you have a young punter punting in a backed-up situation against one of the most feared punt returners in all of college football, you better be real careful. And Ace Sanders does to Michigan what he's done to everybody I've studied this year. He rips them. Incredible stop-and-start quickness. The Wolverines got to be real careful with this Gamecock speed.
Adam Yates on for the extra point. And we talked about, you see, okay, you have backup punter in there. What does it mean? But backed up, such an important kick. The hang time was decent, but Sanders had plenty of room to work with.
Well, he gets plenty of room, Mike, because they hold up the gunners on the outside. And if you give Ace Sanders too much room to maneuver, he'll make you pay. Fun to watch. Watch his real speed. This is hard to imagine tackling this kid in the open field. Right here from Bradenton, Manatee, right down the street, there's no question. He's got a lot of his family members here celebrating the new year. That's a way to do it, Ace. I like that name, too. Ace Sanders. You'll see him on Sunday.
What they have built after Lou Holtz was at South Carolina. Steve Spurrier has come in. After a couple of years for the Redskins, then a year out. So the Snowfleet just let it go. It's a touchback for Adam Yates. He's had 33 of those this year. Been no time to drop back pass for Michigan because of that great South Carolina front. The 40 is back to the run game. And we're going to get a half yard there with Smith. Chaz Sutton made the tackle there. We have flag thrown late, 40 yards away from the play. Roy Roundtree of Michigan was downfield in a battle with Victor Hampton. And they're way up under the Wisconsin-Stanford logos there. That's where that stuff was going on, and the flag was thrown in the back.
Dead ball penalty. That's sportsmanlike contact. Taunting. Defense. Number 27. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Take a look at it. Hampton, number 27. And Jeremy Gallen going after it. This taunting. Got to go. I see it before the games. I'm seeing it during the games. It's a waste of time, and Steve Spurrier's got Hampton on the sidelines. You got to control your emotions if you're going to be a big-time player.
Now 3rd and 6. South Carolina's 4-man rush is held up, and a good throw by Gardner. First down to Roy Roundtree here at the back end of the quarter. The 5th-year senior who had big numbers when Rich Rodriguez was here. The numbers have tailed off, but a gain of 16 to end the quarter.
This is what Al Borges does for you. He brings you an NFL-style pass offense. You see Funchess occupy the underneath coverage. It allows Roundtree to work into the second level. I like what Michigan can do, running the football with their option series, and they can throw it with anybody.
Plays by South Carolina. Big pass and a big punt return by Ace Sanders. 14-3 Gamecocks after 1. I can do this. And St. Pete, Clearwater, 2.7 million around this beautiful area in West Florida as we begin the second quarter. Denard Robinson in conversation with the officials. Still trying to negotiate for that future flag down the line. Robinson only took one direct snap in that first quarter. His Michigan team trails 14-3. He takes the direct snap to start the second. There he goes around the right side. Off of one tackle inside the 20-yard line. Victor Hampton couldn't bring him down. It's a gain, John, of about 8 yards on first down.
This looks like the Washington Redskins, the full house pistol backfield. But just take a look at Denard Robinson. Finish this run. He's not going to try to make you miss every time, Mike. He'll lower that left shoulder and take it to you physically. I tell you, a lot of people question what he's going to do at the next level. But if you like playmakers and real fast guys, you're going to like Denard Robinson.
Now Robinson is alone as the back. It's a first down off the penalty. Fumbled the handoff, but got it back. Got down to the 8-yard line. John, it's interesting. The injury to Robinson is forced to find him this different role. Because it was a nerve injury, right arm, he couldn't throw. That, plus at the same time watching what Robert Griffin III could be helping Robinson's draft status as we look forward to April.
I think so. If you like playmakers, you're going to like Robinson. I think he could be a corner. I think he could be a slot receiver. And the beautiful thing is, he doesn't care where he plays. He just wants to get on the field and impact your team. He's a great kid. Somebody will find a creative role for him.
Justice Hayes is now in at the back, and Hayes puts his head down and gets to the 5-yard line. Both teams in this Outback Bowl don't bring their best back here to the end of the season. Both serious, really gruesome-looking injuries. For Brady Hoke, it was Fitzgerald Toussaint, his star running back, hurt against Iowa. And for Steve Spurrier on the other side, it was Marcus Lattimore with his second significant leg injury. We'll talk about those guys as we get deeper in the game. But for both teams, it's running back by committee in this Outback Bowl. So you're seeing a lot of players just trying to fit specific roles here today. Vincent Smith, John told you he's the better pass catcher. He's in on 3rd and 3. Gardner's going to roll it and push it out to Dilio.
Oh, what a throw.
Touchdown, Michigan.
A design sprint out with Dilio in the flat, who went in counter return motion. And I have no idea how Devin Gardner got that ball off. Throwing it to his left, Mike. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was one of the most. Watch Dilio. He's going to counter return in his motion and speed to the flat. And watch how the ball is released. Just flick. I wish I could do that. Devin Gardner shows you what kind of a special athlete he is. Michigan fans have to be excited about his future at quarterback.
10 plays, 75 yards. Brandon Gibbons adds the extra point for the Wolverines. The man who scored the touchdown was the holder through Dilio. Devin Gardner, that unique release, able to get the touchdown. get Michigan within 4. Got a Pacific Life game summary for you here at the 2013 Outback Bowl with South Carolina leading 14-10. Some big plays, including the 63-yard punt return late in the first quarter by Ace Sanders. Connor Shaw has been sharp. Only missed on one, including a touchdown pass to Demir Bird that covered 56 yards. And Devin Gardner 4 or 5 on the last drive. There his numbers for the day. The touchdown pass to Drew Dillio. Just a moment ago, back to a 4-point game. It's the third meeting ever between these two schools. Kickoff by Wiles, short, taken by Ellington at the 7. As he gets down to the 25-yard line, let's go down once again to Shannon Spake.
Well, Mike, when we spoke with the coaches, the Michigan coaches leading up to this game, one word we heard a lot was pride. Specifically when they were talking about the defense, returning this defense to a dominant force in college football. I just witnessed Brady Hoke. He walked along the defense. He leaned down. He spoke to some specific guys, Jake Ryan, Jordan Kovacs, but he was motivating all of his players, no doubt telling them what they are capable of here today.
And Shannon, this is a defense, especially with Hoke and John on the other side with Steve Spurrier as South Carolina's coach. Their hands are right on the entire system, like Dylan Thompson in the game now at quarterback for the Gamecocks. And the sophomore's first pass is immediately erased for a loss of 2 by Joe Bolden, the freshman linebacker out of Cincinnati.
Joe Bolden read that middle screen like a book. Excellent play by the young inside linebacker. It's going to be, Bolden might be on the other side. I'm sorry. He just flashes across the block and makes a tackle for no gain. Wasn't caught off guard with all the misdirection in the backfield. Good instinctive play.
He was able to tackle Sean Carson, who's playing for the very first time in almost 2 years. Missed the entire season with a wrist injury. Played only 2 games last year and then was out the remainder of the season. Here's the throw by Dylan Thompson. It's complete for the gain of only 2 yards. Right back to Carson. Here's Robert Flores with a studio update.
All right, Mike, rough start for Georgia quarterback Aaron Murray. 2 interceptions, including 1 as a pick 6. But here he connects with Tavares King at number 7, Georgia, leading Nebraska in the Capital One Bowl, 16-14, end of 1 on ESPN.
A wild stretch there, Robert. 3 scores in a span of 38 seconds. Here, 8 plays, 14 yards for South Carolina. The pressure's on as Thompson throws down the middle. It's caught on the run. Nick Jones. Will they catch him? Jones to the 4. First and goal, South Carolina.
Right down the seam. The Wolverines come with a field blitz. It doesn't get there, and Carolina gashes them right down the seam, right side of your screen. Here comes a blitz, and Connor Shaw throws a beautiful ball to Nick Jones. 3 receivers running vertical. It's a Steve Spurrier trademark, and off he goes right down the seam. Good effort tackle by the Wolverine defense.
From the 4, sprinting out, and the touchdown to Ace Sanders. Well, maybe it'll be more than 1 series that we see Dylan Thompson today.
That's a great job by Dylan Thompson. Also, excellent play calling by the Spurriers. It's just going to be a sprint to the right, and Ace Sanders sticks his left foot in the ground, breaks to the outside. That's a slam dunk as far as I'm concerned. Excellent play calling against man-to-man coverage, and Michigan doesn't have anyone that can cover Ace Sanders one-on-one.
Impact Sanders has had on the game. Punt return for a touchdown. That 4-yard score caps off 75-yard drive. Just snuck in to the right side for the extra point by Adam Yates. Ace has 2 here on New Year's Day. But how about the sophomore Dylan Thompson? You're going to get a series. We don't know how much more. Big 70-yard completion on 3rd down, then a touchdown. We'll see a little bit more here today. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Shannon Spake with you in Tampa, 21-10. And that kickoff goes out of bounds. Good job by Norfleet to help the field position for Michigan. Holloman, Reginald Bowen, Shaq Wilson, 3 senior linebackers. Comes a little jet sweep, give it to Denard Robinson, a yard shy of the first down. About a yard and a half as he's tripped up at his own 43-yard line.
Jet sweep. I just love the speed and the fearlessness that Denard Robinson plays with. Wasn't easy on him to miss a couple games, see the offense go a different direction without him. But he's become a real leader here at Michigan. He's the face of this Michigan football program. They're going to miss him.
And now it's 3rd and 4. And Devin Gardner will sprint, throw on the run, and it's incomplete.
Well, you
had Roundtree open, John.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. You just feel the sprint out's coming. It's what Gardner does well. That time Roundtree gets a rotation to him. He's got to do a better job tracking the end lines. Every receiver needs to understand the 12th man is that white chalk, and it's Roundtree's responsibility to track the sideline. Not a great throw, but Roundtree needs to leave a little bit more room.
Matt Weil, last time he punted, Ace Sanders took it back 63 yards for a touchdown. This time backed up. Sanders going to catch it. Why not? It's 10. See if we have a 90-yard punt return. That time hemmed in. Just a return of about 3 for Sanders. 34 on the kick. South Carolina ball. Connor Shaw back in at quarterback for South Carolina. Keeping, he's the better runner of the two. He takes it to the 20-yard line, and the flag comes in late. As Michigan may have been guilty of doing something wrong after the whistle.
After the play, personal foul. Late hit. Defense. Number 35. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Down, it's the freshman Joe Bolden.
Oh. You've seen a lot worse than that, honestly, Mike. What speed did you see that at? I didn't like that.
So that resolution for trying to be nice to the officials? It's gone, sorry. So first down at the 35-yard line. And Shaw, Kenny Miles lost the football. And the Wolverines are on it with Jake Ryan.
So one thing I noticed about the Gamecock offensive linemen, they're massive, but they don't move real well together at times. This time it's a zone read, instant penetration. That ball's clearly out. And guess who recovered it? Number 47, Jake Ryan, all Big Ten performer, but penetration. Unblocked Wolverines.
Mario Ojemudia came in and made the play to break it up. This is a situation where over his career, Michigan's seen big plays from Denard Robinson in sudden change situations. Gardner takes it. He throws. It is caught for a gain of about 4 by Roy Roundtree, just shy of the 15-yard line for Michigan.
I don't know how many times offensive coordinator Al Borges has moved the pocket. Sprint out to the right, sprint out to the left. They do not want to drop straight back to pass and ask their linemen to protect. So far, so good. Michigan's done a nice job, for the most part, neutralizing this Gamecock pass rush.
The leader of that, Jadeveon Clowney, out for this snap. Vincent Smith is the back. It's a keeper for Gardner, who can't dance away from J.T. Surratt. The sophomore out of Winston-Salem had a hand on the jersey. It wasn't letting go.
J.T. Surratt, Reginald Bowens. They read that quarterback draw quite well. Got out of their pass rush mode, redirected, chased down Gardner. Another key third down. Looks like the rabbit package is back.
Yep.
4 defensive ends. Fordham is inside with Devin Taylor. Let's see what Michigan does. They've been using a lot of sprint out passes in this situation.
And a big tight end in Devin Funchess, a true freshman. He's going down the middle. Gardner gonna get hit, gonna go down and get sacked. Victor Hampton came with the corner pressure to force Michigan to a field goal attempt.
Well, Victor Hampton on a short corner blitz. Lorenzo Ward, the defensive coordinator, told us they were going to bring Hampton on some edge pressures today. This time he runs right over the protecting back for the sack. That's an impressive play. Hampton, who had the penalty earlier in the game, makes amends for it right there with a big sack.
Now we'll see if the lefty Gibbons will try it from 40 yards out. And the hold of Dillio. Brandon Gibbons knocks it through. 21-13. That sack on third down kept Michigan from taking the drive even deeper in Steve Spurrier's team. And that changed situation. 21-13. Gamecocks lead by 8. Entertaining first half, to say the least. Michigan will get the ball here to start the third quarter. Wolverines gave up 2 touchdowns in that first quarter. They had only allowed 3 first quarter touchdowns since the opening week defeat in Arlington, Texas to Alabama. But Steve Spurrier's team up 8. He's standing by with Shannon.
Coach, up by 8. What areas need improvement in the second half?
Oh, we're not running the ball at all, Shannon. We struggling. No blocking or something. Maybe we need to try to get outside or do something different. But anyway, we've made some big plays. That's why we're ahead.
So we started the game asking about your quarterback situation. Might as well continue. What's the plan?
Well, Dylan threw some nice ones in there, and Connor threw some good ones too. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
Thanks, Coach.
Shannon, thank you. 9 rushes for 8 yards to South Carolina in that first half. 21-13 as we send New Year's greetings to John Saunders, Mark May, and Lou Holtz in the studio. Gentlemen, final day of Capital One Bowl Week, the 2013 Outback Bowl. Our New Year's wishes from Tampa, Florida on this 75-degree sunny day. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Shannon Spake watching South Carolina take an 8-point lead. Explosive plays from the Gamecocks in that first half. Steve Spurrier told Shannon, John, going off to the locker room, that he was concerned about the running game and not getting the running game started. There's been some confusion for South Carolina on offense, but that is typical of what offenses have experienced going up against the Michigan defense.
The Michigan Wolverines don't have a lot of natural pass rushers, and they're going to continue to blitz, but Michigan's got to clean up the coverage when they do blitz, or they'll get exposed again.
It's the weakness of that team, and South Carolina's great skill people took advantage of that in the second quarter especially. Let's go down to the sidelines again in Shannon Spake.
Well, Mike, apparently the theme of the second half for the Michigan players, it's going to be turn it up. I heard several of the players chanting that as they were leaving the locker room. They couldn't wait to get out on the field. I checked in with Brady Hoke, and John, you mentioned those big plays, and that was the #1 thing he brought up. He said we have to stop letting them get the big plays. We have to put more pressure on the back end, and if we put pressure on them, we must finish the play.
All right, Shannon, we'll watch and see as Michigan gets the ball first to start this third quarter. It's a South Carolina team that is trying to win 11 games in back-to-back seasons for the first time in school history. If Spurrier and his team win this second half, Steve becomes the winningest bowl coach in South Carolina history with 3. South Carolina only has 5 bowl wins all time. Third quarter underway, and Norfleet will get his first return opportunity a couple yards out. Norfleet finds a crease and gets to the 32-yard line. Brandon Wilds with the tackle. Pacific Life game summary. Those of you a little sleepy-eyed on this New Year's morning and afternoon, we got started with a bang. Connor Shaw, 56-yard touchdown pass. Demir Bird hauled it in just a minute and 34 in. It was 7-0 South Carolina. And then after Michigan kicked the field goal, making 7-3. Ace Sanders, second time this year, third time in his Gamecock career, a 63-yard punt return for touchdown. But then watch this Devin Gardner delivery. Just a push shove to Drew Dillio. And that was Michigan's touchdown, made it 21-10. It has been Gardner as the quarterback with Denard Robinson mostly as a running back in this game. And Gardner gets hit for a loss of a couple of yards. And Victor Hampton, who's been big off that corner, makes another play.
Off tackle power play, and if you cut this play back, I don't care who you are as a running back, you're on your own. And Denard Robinson has great one-on-one ability in space, but Victor Hampton was up to the challenge that time. But you can't be bouncing these running plays where defenders aren't blocked against South Carolina, or they will punish you.
Denard Robinson in motion, taking the fly sweep, stopping on a dime, and there goes Denard for a first down. The 42-yard line. Kelsey Quarles the tackle after a gain of 12.
Watch this stop and start quickness. He's going to go hard to his left, break off his outside foot, cut it back, and then get north and south. And before you know it, it's a gain of 14 yards. Denard Robinson, one of the most exciting college football players I've seen ever, Mike.
Go down, first in career total offense in Michigan history. Over 10,000 yards. So many made on plays that looked like they were drawn up in the dirt. The tight ends for the Wolverines, and Vincent Smith runs to the right. He gets to the 48-yard line. Now, Shannon spoke with Marcus Lattimore of South Carolina during the last break. Fitzgerald Toussaint is the Michigan running back who had a gruesome leg injury. That was against Iowa. The good news, much like Lattimore, Toussaint made this trip and is on that long road back to recovery. But things that looked so ugly on the field during the game, at least great medical teams at both schools, and two really terrific young men on their way back. Four receivers from Michigan, and Gardner throws complete. That time he hit Gallen at the 35-yard line. Jimmy LeGree tried to pull the ball away. It was too late. Gain of 17. First down, Maize and Blue.
That's a great read by Gardner. You're going to see Dillio break to the outside. The corner jumps him, and the ball's thrown into the hole between the corner and the safety. That is an excellent read by Devin Gardner. The cornerback jumps the flat. You throw the ball in behind him before the safety can get there. Well done.
It is Denard Robinson running out of the backfield, squirting ahead for 4 yards. John, you've seen Robinson in the spread offense. The question will be, as we head between now and April, where is he going to fit in the NFL? Well, from what you've seen, what are your early thoughts?
I like this Denard Robinson on my team. He's proven he can play tailback to a degree. You know, Brady Hoke told us he had a kid at San Diego State, Hillman, who was a 3rd or 4th round pick of the Denver Broncos. And I said, what about Denard Robinson versus Ronnie Hillman? He said, very similar. Robinson can be a tailback, a situational wildcat quarterback or receiver at the next level. I don't think there's any doubt about it.
A lot of shifts and motions out of this Michigan offense today, which we have not seen during the year. Just as Hayes on the carry, and he loses a couple of yards. There's Byron Gerardo. Those big guys up front at 316 pounds.
I like what Michigan is doing. They're keeping their defense off the field. Time of possession, ball control offense. That's the best way to improve your defense, is don't let them out on the field. But Michigan has done a nice job moving the ball today between the 20s. Can they finish a drive? They've had to settle for field goals twice.
Are you in 4-down territory? Would you try a 52-yard field goal? Brady Hoke talking about those things on the sideline. South Carolina's bringing heat. Here it comes. Clowney in that 4-point stance off the edge. Gardner throws the other way, too high and incomplete. He had Gallen open for a first down. The throw wasn't good enough.
Fundamentals, footwork. There are throws you have to make. The protection is there. You have to be able to finish on your front side foot and make these throws. And Gardner is going to regret looking at the film tomorrow. Should have been a slam dunk, easy first down.
We'll see if they'll try the long field goal this time. It would equal the career long of Brandon Gibbons. 52-yarder he hit at Nebraska. This is 52 with a slight wind behind him. He'll try it. On line. And good. So Gibbons, who hit from 52 at Nebraska, the longest Michigan field goal in 11 years when he made it in Lincoln, bangs through one from 52. And it's 21-16.
Great operation.
You know, John, it was Weil who kicked it, not Gibbons. I beg your pardon. I saw the righty, and I hesitated for a second because Gibbons is the lefty kicker, so Weil, who's done the other kicking, comes to kick the long field goal and knocks it through.
Yes, kicking weapons here at Michigan.
Weil had not kicked a field goal in his Michigan days. 2 years, kickoff specialist. And the punter, as we have seen earlier today, had a 49-yard field goal as his high school long back at Parker High School in San Diego. 21-16. Bruce Ellington, who doubles as the point guard on Frank Martin's Gamecock basketball team. Back deep to receive. And they won't take Wiles' kickoff back. Connor Shaw back in at quarterback after coming out with a foot injury after the long run in the third. Shaw's going to throw and incomplete. He's in between a run and a pass. It was too hot for Kenny Miles.
It's Greg Madison, the defensive coordinator of the Michigan Wolverines. That time he rushes 3. It's a 34 defense. It's a 3-man rush. So you have 8 Michigan Wolverines in coverage. There's just nowhere to throw the football. They are daring South Carolina to run it. Let's see what Coach Madison has on a 2nd and long.
Bruce, South Carolina's 2 really good-looking tight ends, Justice Cunningham, Rory Anderson, have not called them much today. Goal from the game as the clock runs down. And Shaw looks and he throws to the middle. And what do you know? It's one of those big tight ends. It's Justice Cunningham to the 39-yard line on a first down, South Carolina.
That's inexcusable if you're Michigan. You have a 2-man rush this time. I think you're going to see both these Wolverines drop into coverage. A 2-man rush by Michigan. 9 defenders in coverage, and you get ripped for a big play down the seam. Can't happen. Michigan continues to give up big plays to this Carolina offense, and it's going to cost them.
37 yards to Cunningham. I told you those tight ends were good. The only guy who watches film over there, Mr. 4 a.m. Kenny Miles on the run for a couple of yards. I know when you watched in preparation for this game the South Carolina film, it's an appreciation of Steve Spurrier's constant search to the passing game for the right mix, and to see him run a little zone read in there, that was a wow for you.
Well, it really is. You know, Steve Spurrier, he's always been on the cutting edge of offensive football. He hired Sean Elliott from Appalachian State to bring the zone read to Carolina. Harder team to defend now. Here they are in a no-huddle offense. Look at all 5 eligibles looking to Steve Spurrier for the right play.
True freshman Mike Davis next to Shaw, throws to Ace Sanders. Michigan rallies to Sanders quickly. James Ross III made the tackle.
I like James Ross III. It's a field blitz. They're going to come off the strong side, and James Ross, number 15, better go get this quick screen or nobody else will. Excellent job by the young linebacker, wrapping and tackling. 3rd and 7.
South Carolina is going to bring Ellington, the basketball point guard, terrific receiver, top number of catches this year, to the bottom of the screen. Michigan bring pressure. They'll bring 5, and Shaw will throw for that far side. Separation, but out of bounds. Shaq Rowland couldn't bring it in as Shaw got hit. Incomplete.
Jack Rowland, another young receiver on a high fade against man-to-man coverage, clearly out of bounds. And what will Steve Spurrier do? He went for it last time around against Clemson a couple of weeks ago on some key 4th downs. He's gone for it 15 times, Mike, and they're going for it. Keep an eye on Mike Davis, freshman running back. He's going to have to be ready to pick up some blitzes. It's an area he has struggled with.
4th and 7 for Connor Shaw and the Gamecocks. In trouble. Shaw gonna run. Take it off. He dropped the football. And Michigan will take over.
Good defense that time. The Wolverines bluff the blitz. They play a zone coverage. And there's nowhere for Connor Shaw to go with the football. They're showing some blitz. It ends up being a 3-man rush. It's a maximum zone. Connor Shaw's going to pump it like he's going to throw it. Ball slips out of his hands, and the Wolverines, in that Brady Hope effort, rises to the occasion.
Shaw just doesn't look right. You watched him running across the field after the play, limping on that left foot. Momentum to the Maize and Blues. 2/3 of the way through the 3rd quarter. 21-16, South Carolina. Taylor Lewan back in the game after injuring his leg on the last drive. 35, Devin Gardner. Quick pitch and catch through Dilio. 8.5 dozen. Report from the sideline was cramping issues for Luan. So that's a terrific bit of news. First round pick. If you're just joining us, they project offensive lineman. Luan, one of the top projected tackles. Brought up a lot today against Jadeveon Clowney, not there right now for South Carolina, who John and many others think is as good a player as there is in college football. Clowney can't come out this year. He's only been in school 2 years. Denard Robinson takes the direct snap. Shoelace, guy who plays with shoelaces undone, with a gain of 3.
Here comes the beef for the Carolina Panthers. Jadeveon, number 70. Kelsey Quarles, 99. Run stuffers. 3rd and 2. Michigan wants to be able to run the ball in some critical 3rd and short situations. Let's see what they have in store here with Denard Robinson.
We keep it. They're pulling for the ball where they got the man a yard short of the first down. And on 4th down, it looks like a 3-and-out stop here by South Carolina. No, they're going to send the offense out for the moment for 4th and 1. Perhaps Brady Hoke will think about going for it here.
Well, they've been here before Christmas, Mike. These Wolverines got off the airplane 2 days before Christmas, and Brady Hoke, he's going for the win. He's already faked a punt on 4th down. Why not go for it?
All right, their own 44, 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Keeper, Gardner through the hole. Devin Gardner into the secondary to the 37-yard line. Gain of 19. First down, Michigan.
Quarterback sneak. And it might be the biggest play they've had all day in the running game. Just a nice wedge block off the right side. Gardner can't believe he came out of there clean. Got to admire the guts of Brady Hoke and these Wolverines. They faked the punt on 4th down. They just went for it on 4th and 1 in their own territory. Can they finish a drive?
Pass Gardner. Again, inaccurate, incomplete for Gowan. What's going to happen in the offseason is Al Borges, the offensive coordinator, is going to turn Devin Gardner more into the pass game fundamentals that haven't been there because of the lack of a better term, Denard Robinson offense.
Well, you got to make these throws. You know, the last drive stymied because he missed a wide open receiver on 3rd down. Here's a 1st down, easy completion into the short side to his favorite receiver, Jeremy Gallon. You have to make these throws and not fall behind in the chains.
Denard Robinson direct snap. Again, he slips trying to make a cut. Reginald Bowens there for the tackle.
Lorenzo Ward, the defensive coordinator at South Carolina, told us we're going to check into some blitzes against Denard Robinson when he's at quarterback. We're going to load the box up. We know he's not going to throw it, and we're going to defend him with all we have. They shut down every gap. There's nowhere for Robinson to go. Lorenzo Ward, been with the Raiders, Virginia Tech, Arkansas. He's paid his dues. He's a good one.
Very good coach. 3rd and 5. The 4 defensive ends make up the D-line so they can rush the passer. Gardner trying to run for it. Slip through. Spun around. First down, tackled by Clowney.
Wow. That's all Devin Gardner. I've seen him do it on quarterback sneaks. I've seen him run through 4 or 5 Gamecocks. How about this move? Decisive open field spin move. And he makes Shaq Wilson, a leading tackler of the Gamecocks, look bad in space. What a run. I can't tell the difference between Gardner and Robinson sometimes, Mike.
Final minute, 3rd quarter. Here comes Robinson, has some blocks. Denard at the 15. Robinson first down inside the 10 for Michigan.
You know what I like about this Denard Robinson? He's not running like some quarterback. He's cutting it back right into the teeth of the Carolina Gamecock pursuit. Watch him cut this back to his right into the teeth of about 5 Gamecocks. He says, bring it on, SEC. Denard Robinson wants a piece of the Southeastern Conference. He's tired of hearing about their dominance. This is his chance to get one for the Big Ten.
Vincent Smith stands next to Gardner. First and goal, Michigan. Gardner rolling, throwing, end zone. It is Gallen. It is touchdown, Michigan.
Gardner is saving his best for last. He's been up and down most of the day, but a critical 4th and 1. Quarterback sneak, a critical scramble on 3rd and 5, and then a sprint out to his right. He puts the ball up, and Jeremy Gallen makes a great catch and gets it down for 6. Gonna go for 2 here. They try to make it a 3-point game. Ball's on the left hash. I'll bet your per diem it's a sprint out to the right, Mike.
You don't get per diem. You're 6 miles away this week.
Right.
Sorry,
Get it this week.
Just want to let you know that. It'll be Robinson behind Gardner. We try a little trick play here. That'll be Gardner on that sprint. Got room to run. Pulls it up, flips it forward, and it's intercepted and taken away, but no chance to bring it downfield for Reginald Bowens. And the defensive extra point. So it's 22-21. Michigan's first lead of the day comes with 2 seconds left in the third. I was talking with my friend Frank Beckman, who's a longtime voice of Michigan radio broadcast, and he said, you know, the bowl games don't mean anything because of the playoff system it's ahead of the championship game, but the games have been entertaining and fun. If you stayed up last night for Clemson LSU, you know what we're talking about, and good ones across the country today. Return here by Sanders, bottled up, brought down inside the 20. It'll be a long field for South Carolina when the 4th quarter begins. Off we go to the 4th. Michigan leads for the first time today. See what Connor Shaw and South Carolina's offense can do. 1st and 10 from the 15. Shaw, first look covered. He's taken off, being chased to the sideline. He fires incomplete. Rory Anderson, one of his other big tight ends, who's out there hoping to get open.
When the quarterback scrambles, the secondary has to plaster. Plaster to your man. Hold your coverage longer than anticipated. That time, Michigan did a great job maintaining their coverage underneath and down the field. Steve Spurrier looking for the right play. They've been unable to sustain any kind of running game, and Michigan has driven them crazy with some maximum zone coverages. 2- and 3-man rushes here in this 3rd quarter and to start the 4th.
Play clock running down. Shaw takes the snap. Goes over the middle. It's caught to the 25 and a first down for Kenny Miles. Just shy of the 30-yard line. Raymond Taylor made the stop for the Wolverines.
You know, Kenny Miles can catch the football out of the backfield. He caught 16 passes. And you have to be able to do this in Steve Spurrier's offense. Come out of the backfield as an outlet and be a resource after the catch. Lattimore had 26 catches before his injury, but normally Spurrier throws the ball to his backs almost 50 times a year. Nice job by Miles.
Miles has caught 3 balls on the season. Shaw keeping up the middle. Connor Shaw brought down after a first down, though. He gained 11 before Thomas Gordon made the tackle.
Zone read. That's the 2nd time Shaw has kept the ball and come out the back end, and no one's there. He's going to stick the ball in Miles' stomach. There go the Michigan Wolverines. They've adjusted their backside blocking. Nice job by offensive line coach Sean Elliott. Instead of reading the end, let's block the end and read the linebacker. And Shaw's taking advantage twice.
It's kind of the joy of having the zone read just as part of your package. Sprinkle it. Defenses can't key on it all the time. You can make plays like that. First down throw. Shaw taking a shot. Downfield. It is underthrown. Intended for Demir Bird, who has a touchdown earlier on. Courtney Avery was in coverage.
Just a straight go route. Ball's on that far hash in college football. You have to have a cannon. It's almost like Demir Bird was in a different zip code, Mike. That's why you see a lot of these down the field throws occur when the ball's in the middle of the field. When that ball's on that far hash and you're trying to throw those deep go routes to the wide side, you need a strong arm to get that done.
Dylan Thompson may be a bit better downfield passer than Connor Shaw. 2nd and 10. Here's Shaw throwing it wide side. Stays up there. Nate Sanders is free, and Ace has the first down. Right in front of Courtney Avery at the 41-yard line of Michigan.
Just when I say that, Connor Shaw says, take that, Gruden. Here's a comeback to the wide side. Watch Connor Shaw, a little play action pass, stride through the throw, great anticipation. Timing is outstanding. That's a big time throw by Connor Shaw. Not a lot of teams, Mike, excuse me, throw the ball to the field in college football, but Steve Spurrier's always demanded it of his quarterbacks.
Longest sustained drive of this game for South Carolina as Shaw throws incomplete. He had an opportunity to find his tight end Rory Anderson, but they miscommunicated.
And Robinson, pass receiving threat, is wide open. I thought Corey Robinson, the left tackle, got away with a hold right there, but Connor Shaw, not quite sure if Robinson's going to stay on the move or sit down. Gamecocks got to hurry.
Again, personnel confusion here as they adjust and switch. They clock down to 2. Pressure coming, screen behind it. Look out, Mike Davis couldn't break away at the 25. It was a big tackle. Gordon, the safety, was a part of it. Joe Bolden finished it up. It'll be 3rd down at about a 5.
It's about the 7th different kind of blitz I've seen from Greg Madison today. That time it's up the gut pressure, and they trust Gordon's open field tackling ability. But Steve Spurrier on a 3rd down is 6.
Showing that pressure up the middle.
Shaw sees it. He has the audible he wants.
And the pressure, he audible to this run to the left, and Michigan was ready for it on the end. Craig Rowe and Jake Ryan.
Craig Rowe started 51 straight games, more than any Michigan Wolverine ever, Mike. And he's ready for it. It's a double A gap blitz. They're going to run a speed option to the weak side. And how about that redirection by Rowe? In his last game as a Michigan Wolverine, he started more games than John Jansen, any of these Wolverines in his storied program. Great play by the senior.
Big field goal for the lead. Adam Yates, who missed one earlier. He got it from 42 yards. His miss was from 33. Yates got it blocked. Kick is blocked and picked up by South Carolina. But Michigan's special teams come through with a big play. The head ball coach hates kicking field goals. He's so proud they've only attempted 26 in the last 2 years. As they get down to this area, they're usually very good finishing the deal. But a missed field goal earlier, and this time a blocked field goal keeps Michigan on top. About 4 minutes into the 4th quarter. Brady Hoke pretty fired up by the effort from Quentin Washington inside. 5 minutes gone by, just over 5, I should say, in this 4th quarter. And Michigan leads by 1. They've just blocked a South Carolina field goal. Wow. Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it, and they do.
Clowney just says, I'll take care of business right here. You give me this long to catch my breath, I'll come off the ball and rock you and get it right back for our offense. It's a power play off the left side, and Clowney ignites himself into the Michigan backfield. How about that quickness and get off? And he scoops it up with his left hand, and he wanted to roll with it. Not many guys I've ever seen can get off the ball and rock people like Clowney.
What a play by the man, as we've said, who's touted as the best player in the country.
He's a Heisman Trophy candidate for sure next year.
First down, South Carolina taking a shot to Ace Sanders in the end zone. Ace! Does he have it? They say touchdown!
The ball coach. Sudden change, he goes deep. And Connor Shaw finds Ace Sanders. See if he got him in.
He juggled, and then when he got his hands back on the ball, one foot is down, and then goes down and apparently hangs on all the way to the wall. There's the juggle, but there are the hands back on right there. That's close. He brings down that right foot, and that may be good enough. The left foot, I don't know if you could have upheld it. The right foot coming down may give it to him. What a play.
What a play is right.
I think it's touchdown. South Carolina will go for 2 to try to make it a 7-point game. Jarrell Adams, the huge targeted tight end. He's got Sanders next to him up at the top. They bring 2 to the bottom. Going for 2, trying to take a 7-point lead. Michigan pressures. Shaw over the top to the tight end. And Adams couldn't hang on. So it remains 27-22. South Carolina got truly the short end of the deal on that measurement. But Jadeveon Clowney said, let's take care of that. Incredible play. Picked it up like it was a little Nerf ball. And then watched Ace Sanders give South Carolina the lead. There's been no shortage of excitement in this one. South Carolina jumped out to a 14-3 lead. They scored a minute and a half into the game. Connor Shaw's throwing for 293 and 2 touchdowns. Devin Gardner and Michigan's offense has been better here in the second half. Ace Sanders, 3rd touchdown of the game. Tremendous catch, a 31-yarder to take the lead. But now, John, Sanders' end of the play reaction will hurt South Carolina a bit.
You have to kick off from your own 20 to a man like Dennis Norfleet of Michigan. Be very careful. Norfleet has been a problem for a lot of people in the Big Ten. He looks like he's having fun.
Yes.
5'6", 5'7".
Freshman out of Martin Luther King High School in downtown Detroit. Kick it away from Norfleet to the other side. Dillio's been hanging out most of this game. Drew Dillio brings it to the 36. So Shannon, Jadeveon Clowney in the defense head back out on the field.
Hey, Mike, John, I wish you guys could have been down here on the field with me when Clowney made that huge hit. Half the players on the sideline for South Carolina were cheering. The other half, they had their mouths wide open. They couldn't believe what they just saw. And, of course, when Clowney came off the field, the entire crowd, all of the fans, just started chanting his name.
We'll get to see him one more year in Columbia because he came in and played as a true freshman, only 2 years in college. So, although lauded by many as the best individual player in the sport, he has to play 3 years in college, so he comes back next year. 1st and 10 for the 47. Gardner over the middle. It's caught. Goes down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Gowan again, his 8th catch. 1st and 10. Denard taking the snap out of that pistol look with 3 backs, and Robinson gets to the sideline and out of bounds with 5:47 to go.
I don't know how they practice all these plays. They have a unique package for Jeremy Gallen, and here's the Redskin full house pistol. And Denard Robinson is going to keep it to his right, and all 3 of these backs are going to escort him to the edge. It's a design keeper. They bring the backside guard, about as many Michigan Wolverine escorts as possible.
5.5 left. Gardner, short shot complete for the first down. Roundtree with the catch. The 5th-year senior playing his final game in the Michigan uniform. 7th all-time in receiving yards and receptions in his career in Ann Arbor.
And another first down, and interesting to see what Lorenzo Ward, the defensive coordinator of South Carolina, has in store as Michigan knocks on the door of the red zone. This has been a blitz situation for the Gamecocks most of this afternoon.
Michigan with 3 tight ends, and Robinson is the back. And Denard's got space. Robinson in his final Michigan game has a first down, and the Wolverines are in the red zone with 5 minutes to go, and Michigan has been out of sight in the red zone thus far today.
Well, when you blitz the strong side, when you're going to bring linebackers to one side, you better shut gaps down on the backside. And you see how strong Denard Robinson is. He runs right through DJ Schmeringer. That time the blitz backfired. Michigan had the right play called, and Denard Robinson continues to run hot.
UPS efficiency update. Michigan, 4 trips to the red zone, 4 scores. They need a touchdown to take the lead here. After the gain of 11. Big hit in the backfield again. It is Clowney on Robinson.
Well, Taylor Lewan, he's got to do better than that. Sprint draw right at Jadeveon Clowney, and he beats Lewan like a drum.
Wow.
Great hand usage, good get off. He's an impact tackler, don't you think, Mike? I can feel those up here. My bones hurt.
He is special. We've seen it all year, but dialing it up when it mattered most, like he did against Clemson with 4.5 sacks. 2 big tackles for loss here. One caused a fumble that led South Carolina the go-ahead touchdown. 2nd and 13. Gardner throws incomplete, looking for Gallen. Jimmy LeGree over there in coverage.
Well, you have to prepare for the blitz if you're Michigan. Now it's 3rd down and 13 with 3:34 left. You have to contemplate 4-down territory if you can get a gain of 8 to 10 yards, Mike, with this type of system that Michigan runs. But right hash, expect a sprint out pass to the left where Gardner can use his legs.
He's got Gardner, or rather Gallen and Roundtree over there. 3rd and 13. Gardner with a fire to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Jeremy Gallen!
Post pattern. Unbelievable throw. And Jeremy Gallen, on a beautiful double post combination, has shredded South Carolina today. That time it's LeGree who's in one-on-one coverage. But Devin Gardner has made some big-time plays on 3rd down in his second half.
Wolverines will go for 2. Try to extend the lead to 3.
A little different personnel this time for Michigan. This is a significant play.
Direct snap is going to come to Denard Robinson. He's got Vincent Smith next to him. The quarterback Gardner's lined up at wide receiver.
Look at all these Gamecocks. That's about as heavy a front as I've seen. They're automatic into a blitz.
Just everything on the edge. Man coverage. Smith in motion. Option. Here is Smith. Tough yards in there in South Carolina. All over it. Devin Taylor with the stop. 28-27 with 3:29 to go.
Well, it's an unbalanced line. A.J. Williams, the freshman tight end, is in the game. They clear out the safety with the slot receiver, and Jeremy Gallen goes to work against Jimmy LeGree on the outside, and the ball is thrown perfectly. Double post. It's a common red zone combination. You see the little shake move at the top, and Jeremy Gallen, he's run double moves, timing patterns. He's been good after the catch. For him to come back to the state of Florida where he grew up in Apopka and deliver like this, good for him. This is a heck of a secondary that he's going after.
3:29 to go. Weil with the kickoff. It'll be a short kick. So Auguste, well, it won't be Auguste this time. It'll be brought up the sideline instead by Joshua Luke. But a lot more to go. 3:23 left. South Carolina, 2 timeouts. And Shaw completes it to Ellington. Tackled quickly by Jake Ryan.
Plenty of time. But again, it's Michigan's 3-man rush and maximum zone coverage. Somebody in this Wolverine front as a pass rusher needs to deliver. Frank Clark, number 57, I think is their best pass rusher. You see him at the bottom of the screen. One of these Michigan Wolverines has to get after Connor Shaw.
Kenny Miles the back. That was Ellington's first catch of the day, by the way, John. He led this team in receptions this year. Pressure comes, Shaw stepping up, nowhere to go. Step into a sack. Bent backwards by Jake Ryan, the defensive playmaker for the Wolverines.
They lure you to sleep. Three-man rush. Then it's going to be a boundary blitz, and they overload you, and you're one short, and down goes your quarterback. But it's been a great combination of maximum zone and spontaneous blitzes that have helped Michigan get back in this football game.
2:14, 2 timeouts, clock running. Is this 4-down territory, South Carolina?
I believe it is.
Third and 10, Rory Anderson, the tight end, loads the formation left. Shaw looking that way, throwing that way. Got his tight end, but he didn't catch it. Let's see, it's ruled a catch by the line judge. Now the umpire's running over. I don't know if they're going to keep this complete or not. Let's see. Conversation, line judge, field judge, umpire. They say it's a catch. The clock's still running.
Field is a catch. Forward progress, and the runner's knee was down. Fourth down.
And the clock's still spinning. The play clock's moving as well. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Needing to get to the 40 to keep it going. Michigan brings pressure. Shaw throws. It is caught. Ace Sanders first down. Who else at the 43-yard line?
Gutty call. Blitz, all-out blitz by Michigan. You play one-on-one coverage, and guess who they go to? Ace Sanders against the safety, and Gordon's no match.
Sanders and Nick Jones near side. Ellington to the top. Final minute of this Outback Bowl. As Shaw, nowhere to go. Wrapped up. Trying to throw it away. Sanders able to catch it at midfield. The clock runs. South Carolina should take a timeout. And they do at 51.
South Carolina is charged with their second timeout of the half.
A couple of seconds on the clock there. Spurgeon was getting it on the far side. And I think the official from that side is going to tell the referee to reset the game clock.
Please reset the game clock to 52 seconds.
Good job.
5-2 on the game clock.
South Carolina down to 1 timeout. Remember, they lost one earlier today when they challenged that spot just in Michigan territory. 52 seconds left. Shaw's pressured. Shaw's in trouble. Spun around. Shaw alive. Sanders got it. First down. Ace Sanders at the 43-yard line. Jabril Black was so close to a sack. Limping. Gimpy is Shaw. Maybe 7 seconds left. It's Thompson now throwing sideline complete. To the 40-yard line to Kenny Miles.
Michigan just does not have a pure pass rusher. They've had to use the blitz to get the pressure they need. Black, number 55 at the bottom of the screen. Somebody in the, whatever you call it, maize and blue, Mike, has to step up right here and rush the passer.
So receivers left to right. Dylan Thompson off the bench. Scrambling, in trouble. Thompson keeps it alive, gets to the sideline, gets out of bounds. At the 40-yard line, maybe just inside of it. It's 26 seconds left. With 3rd and about 7 to go.
Well, Michigan fans have to be losing it. That time James Ross has a chance for a wrap tackle. They just haven't been able to finish. And right now on 3rd down with this ball on the left hash, they expect Dylan Thompson to look for his big tight end, number 87, Justice Cunningham. They love these seam balls to the wide side of the field.
Pressure on. Thompson hangs in there, throws underneath. Demir Bird has it. Bird's got a first down at the 32. 21 seconds left.
Quick
19
screen.
as they stop it.
They're going to clock it.
And they do with 17 seconds left. Again, as John mentioned, Yates has missed 2 field goals today. From 33, it was wide. From 42, he got blocked. Connor Shaw, who gutted it out through a lot of pain in this game, cannot finish his drive, and nuts. Can't be on the field for this closing drive that he had the first half of.
And I'm expecting Michigan to blitz, to try to knock Carolina out of field goal position.
This is hard on Dylan Thompson, Shaw's replacement. You're coming in the middle of a bowl-winning, potential game-ending drive. Well, it's a good thing he played earlier. Michigan rushes 4. Here's the pressure. Thompson got hit as he throws open. Complete. Touchdown, Ellington.
Unbelievable. A zone blitz. They don't pick it up. And Dylan Thompson ends Michigan's day anyway. What a great throw. How tough are these South Carolina quarterbacks? Thompson, he's limping off the field. But when you blitz, you still have to play coverage in the back end, and Michigan has failed to do that in some critical situations today. What a throw by Dylan Thompson.
South Carolina will take its final timeout to set up for the two-point conversion, trying to go up 7. Bruce Ellington with the touchdown.
It's a blitz at the bottom of the screen. They drop the defensive end. It's a zone blitz. Nobody's in the middle of the field. They blow the coverage, and Dylan Thompson stands in the pocket and makes a great throw. Ellington has the easiest touchdown he's had all year, but if you watch Dylan Thompson in the pocket, it's his ability to stand in the face of pressure and make a great delivery.
It happened 6 times on that drive. That time was Ryan coming straight at his face, taking the shots on the blitz from Ross. Thompson took the hit. Shaw in pain, limps down the sideline.
It's like tag team wrestling. You go as long as you can and reach out of the ring and get your teammate. And Dylan Thompson just jumped into the ring for Carolina and finished Michigan.
4th lead change in the last 14:51. Now South Carolina goes for 2. Dylan Thompson looking, throwing for Ellington again. Ellington doesn't get it. He was challenged by Courtney Avery, and a flag is called on South Carolina.
Extra point is no good.
Decline that penalty. Extra point's no good. It's a 5-point game. Just a quick thought on Ellington, who made that play. Ellington, as we mentioned before, and South Carolina fans, you know this, he's the point guard of the South Carolina basketball team. Frank Martin, who was the coach at Kansas State, now the South Carolina coach. John and I were both talking to him before the game. He said, we have practice tomorrow, a quick run in the morning, then in the afternoon at 3. He said Ellington will be there. He'll practice. That's the way he is. That's the kind of player and individual he's been. He's been so good for those 2 quarterbacks and has what could be the game-winning touchdown. We'll see how the South Carolina team kicks it, who gets their hands on it. Norfleet's been desperate to get the ball in his hands all day. Adam Yates with the kick. Little bounce, it's picked up. Trying to get the most out of it here is Gallen. He'll just get out of bounds at the 32-yard line with 7 seconds left. 7 seconds left. South Carolina has 4 players, now 5, lined up on the other side of midfield. See if Michigan takes some yards early and then tries to stop the clock. Kevin Gardner stepping up. This will be the game's final play. Gardner had the ball knocked out of his hand as he threw. It falls incomplete, and South Carolina has back-to-back 11-win seasons for the first time in school history. And the head ball coach beats Michigan the first time he's ever played the Wolverines. Not a great win for South Carolina. Michigan's season ends 8-5. Most of its losses to top 10 teams. 4 as a matter of fact. Here's Shannon with Steve Spurrier.
I'm sure Gatorade never felt so good right now, Coach. 11-win season, and you beat Michigan, a team you've never played before. What does this mean to you?
Well, we're fired up for the players. We haven't won like this since I've been in South Carolina. I hadn't won many like this where we score with 11 seconds. But give Dylan and Connor and Ace and Bruce, all those guys, they made a bunch of plays, and our defense hung in there and held them to 28, which was pretty good.
You challenged that first down call by the refs. What statement did they make?
Said it looked like he gave him a gracious spot, and it also, the ball wasn't touching. But you can't do anything about it. Just live with it.
What statement do your players make?
Clowney knocked it loose the next play, so I'm glad they made it.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right, Shannon, thank you. Our final score here from Tampa, South Carolina 33, Michigan 28. Hope the next 364 days of games are just as good as this one.
Amen.
With John Gruden, Shannon Spake, and the women and men of our ESPN team, Mike Tirico. So long from Tampa. We're just getting started. 2 more games to go. Now, the Rose Bowl pregame presented by Vizio.